Hello, everyone, and welcome back to JP Sports. Today, we will be talking about sports. We will be talking about my University of Kentucky Wildcats. As yesterday, they took on the Tennessee Volunteers. Guys, in this one, to me, this game came down to how Nick Richards played. As you look at the, the statistics, I can't say that word, but as you look at the stats for this game, um, Nick Richards just played great. I mean, he really did. 15 points, 5 for 5 from field goal. He had 7 rebounds. Um, he played. He led, or no, he didn't lead the team in scoring, but to me, he led this team, and that's very, very big down the stretch going into the NCAA tournament. You've got to find your leader. And I think we're starting to find one in Nick Richards. I was very impressed with the way he played yesterday. Uh, he's a veteran, so he's got that poise in those big time games where some of the younger ones don't have that poise. They're nervous and stuff. He's got what it takes to calm them down and get them to play the game the way it has to be played in order to go into hostile environments and beat teams such as Tennessee. Kentucky come away with the 77-64 victory over the Vols. That is the first win that Calipari's had there in a couple years, actually. I'm not sure exactly how long it's been, but it's been a couple years since we've won in Knoxville. So I'm very impressed with that. That hopefully is good news going forward. But in this one, I really think Nick Richards' play made a difference. I just think he's a force inside that not many teams are going to be able to handle. And he continues, to me, in my eyes, he continues to get better every game. He continues to play hard. But I think ultimately, when you've got 3 or 4 kids in double figures like we had yesterday, it's really hard to beat a team that's got 3 or 4 kids in, 3 or 4 kids in double figures. So, with that being said, Nick Richards had 15. E.J. Montgomery had 2. E.J. Montgomery only had 2, but he really made a difference on defense too. So don't let that steer you away from how good E.J. played, because he played really, really good. Hagens had 10, Quickly had 18, and Maxey had 15. Listen, guys, when you're pulling out those numbers from these freshmen and Nick Richards as a junior, I think he's either a sophomore or junior, I'm not really sure. That's huge, and that's what's going to take Kentucky far in the NCAA tournament. I personally think Kentucky's got a really good shot at making the NCAA tournament, but we'll see. But overall, trust me, a big win for Kentucky going into Knoxville and being able to beat the Tennessee Volunteers at their place. That's huge for Kentucky going forward. Next up for Kentucky is the Vanderbilt Commodores, where Kentucky, I believe, go to Vanderbilt. So that's going to be a scary game for Kentucky, especially with Vanderbilt coming off of the big victory versus LSU. So Vanderbilt is not one that Kentucky can overlook. So hopefully we don't have a game where we just try to overlook Vanderbilt. We've got to come in and play. Nick Richards has to play the way he's been playing here lately. E.J. Montgomery's got to play the way he's been playing here lately. And our guards have to play that fast-paced, get up and down the floor type of game that we've played here lately. I really like how our guards have been playing here lately. So, big game coming up for Kentucky at Vanderbilt, and Kentucky just come away with the victory at Tennessee. I'm excited to see where Kentucky goes forward. I'm excited to see what Kentucky does in the SEC tournament coming up and the NCAA tournament. So I think Kentucky can make a good run in the NCAA tournament. And I think they can win it, given the right draw. But that's going to be my thoughts on the Kentucky-Tennessee game. Biggest factor in that game was Nick Richards. I love you guys. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and see you guys on the next one.